fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Arf, hounds of heaven. Jesus loves you and is there for you. Welcome into David L. Gray Show, off code and unscripted, where I'm speaking out things without a teleprompter and without a filter. And we're back. I've been off of YouTube for a week. I got suspended last Monday because of some misinformation about the election in a video I made about the FBI raid and the Democrats running on the midterm elections, running on abortion. So YouTube sent me this message saying, oh, this is misinformation. So I appealed with links to Ballotpedia, an objective source about everything I had said. And they said, oh, no, you're still. So apparently we're still not allowed to talk about the 2020 election and who won. And so, but we're back. But make sure, you guys, that's one reason why you definitely should go over to davidlgray.info. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when I post new content. Be notified. Also join the mailing list to be notified every Friday of all the content I posted that week. And also go over to Rumble, because I'm still uploading content, even if you don't see me on YouTube. There's still what I'm doing in Rumble and also my audio podcasts, however you get your audio podcasts. So you could also follow me on all the social media platforms that I'm on: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So, and I appreciate that. So, but we're back, hounds of heaven. We are back. So I had missed all the news from last week about Shia Labeouf and his conversion to the Catholic Church. So I'm going to comment today just on the movie that he's in, playing Padre Pio, and there's a clip in there where he drops the F-bomb. So I'm going to give a brief comment on that. And Sunday morning, I got on Reader and I'm going through the news. I'm like, man, this story keeps popping up. People are still putting out videos and writing essays about Shia Labeouf, about his conversion to the Catholic Church. And I'm like, come on, it's enough already. One thing that, and the reason why I say that is because what I believe about converts to the faith is that they should tell their story. How did God lead you to the Catholic Church? We want to hear that story. Let's rejoice in what God is doing. But immediately thereafter, go away. And the reason why you go away is because I think converts need about 3 years to just keep converting into the faith, getting deeper into their conversion. Learn how to be Catholic. Discover the liturgy. Learn what the liturgy, how it's forming you in the liturgy, who to be in the world. Learn how to be authentically Catholic. But what happens too often, and I've been a Catholic since 2006, and I've seen this enough times to know that sometimes when celebrities convert to the Catholic Church, from YouTube celebrities or Hollywood celebrities, or even sometimes a new priest who we give celebrity status to, what happens is that they don't get a chance to really grow in their faith. And next thing you know, they've turned into like a sedevacantists, or they've left the faith altogether, right? They left the priesthood, right? We make these celebrities out of people and we elevate them, and it becomes unhealthy for them, all that attention that they get. I've seen it too many times. I don't need to drop names. You guys know the names. But so what happens is that once we keep drawing people, well, keep telling me your conversion story. Keep telling me your conversion story. Or we keep talking about their conversion story. We'll keep making videos about someone's conversion story that we heard on another video, whatever. We leave that person here, right? And they never get a chance to mature in their conversion, because they're always at that first conversion without understanding that conversion is a lifelong experience. You're converting every day. I'm still becoming Catholic, right? You're converting every day by the choices you make, what you've done and what you failed to do. You're still growing. And so going away for at least 3 years allows you to do that, grow deeper. So that's what I want for Shia. And so I posted such on my Facebook page. I said here that, okay, the news of Shia Labeouf was very wonderful to hear. But can we remove the pedestal and the celebrity adulation now and keep praying for his deeper conversion? Thus, it become the saint who you want to see in the world. And, looks like 100, 1,300 people that liked it or loved what I said. More people like what Abby Johnson had to say. She got about 132 replies to her comment and 2,400 likes. So, and I think most people receive what I said well. That calm down. I know sometimes we have this low self-esteem sometimes as Catholics. Like, oh, wow, a person discovered the Catholic faith and they chose it. Oh, right. Ooh, God is still working and bringing people to and I know the world is so fallen, it's so lost, there's so much anti-Catholicism out here. I get it. I get our low self-esteem sometimes, but we shouldn't have it. We're Catholics. We have the fullness of the faith. Jesus Christ established our church. So these things ought to happen. And if they are not happening as much, it's not because God isn't doing anything. It's because we aren't doing anything. We're not a peculiar people. There's no reason for people to choose our church when we just act like the world. It's not on the world. It's on us. Okay. So we need to do what we have to do. So, but I thought it was funny also in that Facebook thing that I posted was that you had some people in there just say just weird things about me, which I thought was hilarious. And the great thing about being married is that you learn how to practice the fact that you don't have to reply to everything. You don't have to fight every battle, right? So I was really just laughing at a lot of these comments when people were saying, "Oh, David, you're just jealous." I thought that was funny. And then people were saying, "Oh, David, you're being mean and uncharitable. You're not nice," which is, oh, yeah, thank you. Tell me that you don't know me without saying you don't know me. When I die and people come to the house and speak to my daughters, maybe my wife, one of the first things I don't think they're going to say about me is, "Hey, I knew your father. He's a nice guy." Like who would say that about me? That do I ever give that out? Do I ever use flowery words and all these nice and sweet things? I don't think that, from the moment of conception, however God made me, I just never gave two ducks about my word arrangement, how people's emotions about what I say. It's just not something that's on my radar. I don't even wish that it was. I'm happy that I'm not pretentious in that way. Definitely I'm pretentious in other ways. I mean, just looking at my wardrobe, $400, $500 suits, $600 suits. That's not me. All these nice clothes. No. Put me in some underwear, send me down the street. It's just not in our society. I'm just not allowed to do that. Right. I think my neighbors know me very well. Just from cutting grass, like some old beat up jeans, no shirt, a hat, some headphones. So I'm just a small town guy. I don't, so yeah, I am pretentious when it comes to clothes and cologne, what I give out, but the words I say, what I've tried to do in my life, and thank God I was made this way. I just always had a desire to pursue the truth. That's it. What's true? And thank God I've always been humble enough to know that when I discover something that's true, that I should reject what I knew was false and move forward. And thank God he's always made me a way to have the steadfastness, the fortitude to stick to the truth and don't worry about the cost. And so that, that's being nice was never the thing for me. Saying flowery and charitable words, not my, that's not how I'm built. So, but yeah, I thought that was still today, after all these years, people want me to be who they are and who they would like me to be, rather than just accepting me for who I am. And that's just something we all should definitely work on. If someone is not who you want them to be, it's fine. You're not God. Let people be who they are, except in cases of sin. If someone isn't sinning, they just have a peculiar personality, let them be. Pray for them. That's it. Keep stepping. Stop trying to put people in these weird boxes. But I also found out in life that people are, there's degrees to like, right? And I've never been that type of person that I don't think that no one has ever been meh about me. You ask someone, well, hey, what do you think about David Gray? I go either way. No, I've always either tended to people like me a lot or they don't like me a lot, right? But I found out that there's degrees of that in my life, right? There's people who like hate me, and there's people who love me. One of them is Sahaja. So my second oldest daughter, Deja, sent me this picture of Sahaja drawing this picture in the sand saying, "We love you, Pastor Gray." And isn't it wonderful when you have kids and you like their friends? And I always pray for my daughters that God place good people in their lives, people who desire the best for them and protect them from people who wish them harm. I pray that often. And of all of Deja's friends that I met, Maddie and Sahaja, I think I met Sahaja in Chicago before at a fusion thing. I think that was her. But I met her again. We were moving Deja in. I met her and her father. And Deja had always told me she had friends who liked my YouTube channel, which I thought was funny. But then, Sahaja, she's leaving. She's like, "Hey, Mr. Gray, I like your YouTube channel. I watch it all the time." And I thought that was really, really cool. And so, yeah, I think this picture is really nice. I like that. I appreciate that, Sahaja. You see, they call me Pastor Gray, her friends. And Deja said she doesn't know why. Her friends call me Pastor Gray, which is hilarious itself. So thank you, Sahaja. God bless you. So let's get into Shia Labeouf dropping the F-bomb. It's Padre Pio. So in that same Facebook post, I didn't even know who Shia Labeouf is. I figured he was famous. I figured he's some sort of celebrity, some sort of actor. Didn't know who the guy was, so I asked Felicia, my wife, Sunday morning, and she said, "Oh, you remember him from Transformers?" I said, "Oh, yeah. Okay, that guy. Face looked familiar now." And then she told me some other stuff about his life. She knows about the whole celebrity thing, so Hollywood thing. So yeah, but some people in the Facebook comments were also telling me that they saw a clip from the Padre Pio movie in which Padre Pio is in a confession booth. It doesn't look like confession to me. It looks like just some sort of exchange. And he drops the F-bomb. Check it out.
Get out.
I have a question for you.
Shut the fuck up! Say Christ is Lord. Say Christ is Lord. Say it. You say Christ is Lord. Get out. Get out.
Yeah, so I hope this is just one of those things in a movie that gets cut out. It looks like what appears to me here is that the actor Shia, he's trying to get into character. He's trying to get the right voice inflection of what he wants to say. He's trying to get the right face. He's building himself up. And for how he is, that's, saying, dropping an F-bomb is how, oh, now I'm angry, right? I had to go there. So I hope that's what it is. Just actor being an actor and getting into character, and they cut this out. I just hope this is raw footage because it doesn't belong there. Padre Pio, whose life is phenomenal, because God is God of the living and not the dead. So Saint Padre Pio's life is phenomenal, and God has used him in this life and now in heaven to do phenomenal things for us, for the service of us. Anyone who reads his life should be converted. Not just the miracles, the bilocation and stigmata, but just evidence that here's a person whose life is on ascent. They're on their way to holiness. They're different from us. When I was discerning the priesthood, I thought Padre Pio would be my patron saint. I don't have a devotion to him now, but I think it's phenomenal. Everyone should get into his life. I think it's great that this movie is coming out. But if this is part of the movie, I don't know for certain if explicit language is always antithetical to holiness. It depends where you are, where you're at on the ascent. Okay. For example, Father Stu, the movie I watched, he used explicit language at an early portion of his journey, and the further along he got on the ascent towards Calvary, the less he used explicit language. So, I think that's where we can leave that comment, that we all should be using words that are edifying and to build up the body of Christ, words that communicate Christ's love and his peace. Those words are not always flowery, but those words are always true. Okay. The liturgy itself teaches us this, and this is why the liturgy gives us the words to say. We don't hop into the liturgy like Protestants, just say whatever we want to say. The church gives us the words to say, the words to speak, and it gives Father, who is in persona Christi, the words to speak. He, in the person of Christ, he is like Christ, who said, "I've only spoken what the Father has given me to say." In the same way, the priest speaks what the church has given him to say. Why is this? Because when Christ came and he ascended, he did not just lift up just particular aspects of humanity, but he lifted everything that was good with us, about us, and he reconciled that to his Father, because he came in the flesh, and he was all good, and he lifted up all that was good about us to heaven, including human speech, right? Which is the last thing to develop about us. This is why we should always speak less, because human speech, that's one of the last things we get. We get sight, we get all the other senses and activities of the human thing, hearing, but speak. Right, sometimes we can walk before we can move, at least before we can speak. Speech is the last thing to develop. This is why we speak less, listen more. But the human speech can be divine, because him who was divine lifted it up. So we have the capacity to speak all that is good, all that is true, and we should do that. Is cursing and explicit language antithetical to that? I don't think there's a way to use explicit language and to build someone up, right? I know sometimes we'll get angry, and saying the F-bomb can end the conversation and correct people immediately. And that may have some just immediate benefit, like boop, 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 and everyone stops. Oh, I should stop what I'm doing. Yeah. Or something else is about to happen. I've been in those situations enough times in my life. Me saying that word. Of course, the thing about saying that word, right, is that you have to be ready for the consequences, right? Because at that point in time, you're all the way in, and someone may say something back to you. Now you're in. All right. So been there enough times in my life to know, but I'm not immune to going there. And speech is something I'm always working on. And casual speech around friends is something I take to confession at times, because I know I could use better words. One thing that helps me though is the Saintmaker, who's a sponsor of this video. It's a Catholic life planner, and the great thing about it is that whatever you're working on, you get to write it down in your journal. So you see, there's like every day of the week. So this is like September 28th. I'm not there yet. You get one of these every quarter. So this is the summer. So this is the end of September. So first thing, write my daily cross. What do I want to work on? What's my issue that I'm having right now? You write down your devotions, what you're going to do, your to-do list. It could be anything. It could be spiritual. It could be, cutting grass. You write down your issue tracker. What issues are you having? Is it speech? So you want to work on that. You have your appointments, anything, doctor appointment. But then what I really love is at the end of the day, you have your preparation for your exam, right? At the end of the night, however you do, you should go to God and talk about what you done and what you failed to do, where you saw God in your life, where you saw you in your life. Have that reconciliation, like an accountant, reconcile the books every day. So, but this is how the Saintmaker does it in this hardbound, nice journal here. It says your blessings. What were your blessings today? What were your sins and your shortcomings? Where's your heart focus? Okay, now let's do an act of contrition. Okay, so this is really can help you if you're really serious about going to Calvary, getting on that ascent to sainthood. Be the saint in the world who you want to be, right? Be the saint who you want to be in the world. And let's transform this thing. And so, if you want to, I definitely recommend it. Hop down into the description box, click on the link for Saintmaker, who's a sponsor of this video. Go over there, use my sponsor code. When you click on that link, it'll take you there. And try one out. Get the one for fall coming up. Try it out. See if you like it. See if it doesn't. Listen, if this thing doesn't help you, I'll pay for your book myself. Let me know. Send me the receipt. If this doesn't help you in some way, money back guarantee from David L. Gray. So yeah, as long as you use my sponsor code. So I think that's all I know about that for now. So we have a very busy week. As I'm winding down, packing up the studio to head to Germany. Got 2 debates this week. One with William Albright. We're going to debating. You know where I'm at on Catholic apologists debating Protestants. I don't think it's helpful at all, but he's an expert on this. I'm going to give him opportunity to convince me that I'm wrong. On Thursday, I have another debate with a gentleman who thinks that the Holy See should make everyone who's up for canonization that was a Black American, make him a saint right now. We're going to, I disagree with some points to that. We're going to fuss about that. Tuesday of this week, which will be August 30th, I believe, we're going to have a mass nightmare of all mass nightmares. I think I have one more before I head to Germany, but this one, these 2 are going to be the mass nightmares that end all mass nightmares. I might not even do mass nightmares when I get to Germany. These 2 are so bad. So, anyway, again, my hounds of heaven, I love you. Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure you hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, share, follow me on social media platforms. But until then, until next time, my hounds of heaven, blessings and shalom to you and to yours.